Make sure I click on this button as well. All right. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Next Level Marketing Call. And the reason that you're on here tonight is you had a friend that told you about an opportunity that you could make some extra money from your phone, maybe make an extra 500 a month, maybe be able to find some more travels, have more fun. Maybe you want to make more. We're going to talk about all the above today. In fact, we're going to talk about how to even get to six figures in 6 months if you choose to, or somewhere in between. But if anyone would love to have more flexibility and more fun in your life, put a me in the chats below. Like more flexibility and more fun, because I think that's what matters at the end of the day. Being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, being able to feel like you're living a life of impact, being able to love what you do and the people that you do it with. Who here's ever worked with someone before? You're like, man, oh, I picked the wrong place right here, right? So you have definitely chosen the right place. And at the end of this, if you're seeing this for the first time, or you're not yet a partner with us, get back with the person that connected you to this, because we're definitely looking to expand. And you're going to want to make sure that you listen to every single thing today, because it's going to inspire you like crazy. Tonight, I'm joined by a rock star cast of many different characters. I will call us characters because there's a lot of personality here. But we got the one and only Angie Bloom-Hewett, her twin, her AI version. Angie, feel free to mute yourself real quick. How are you feeling tonight? We're all still mind blown.
I feel great. I feel great. I'm super happy to be here, super proud of everybody here, and I'm having a good hair day. So what else can I ask for?
That's always important. Absolutely. Grateful to have you. We also have Angie's been developing an incredible team, and we're going to talk about team dynamics and fun and how this all works at everything. But in a bit, I'm going to highlight Vern as well. But Vern, just so we can all see your lovely face as well. Men do this too, by the way. It's not just women. But Vern, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling fantastic.
Man, you showed me you're about to drop a story that literally my jaw dropped when I heard it. So don't miss out on Vern's story. I'm still tripping out. So it's gonna be crazy. And he has the voice of the gods. You know,
Oh,
seriously. And last but not least, we also have the phenomenal, the contagious, the like super happy all the time, Angela Ice. But Angela, what's on your heart? How you feeling right now?
Hello. I'm feeling excited. This is pretty exciting for me this week. I don't even have words. I'm still floating from last week. So who knows what's gonna come out of my mouth today? Jibber jabber.
Perfect. It's going to be good ones. I'm going to dive all into that and everything that you did. But we have a rock star cast. So let me introduce you. If you're not familiar with who we are and what we do, my name is James Zheng. I'll be your host for today. I've been in the online business world for the last 13 years. We've been top sales trainers all around the world. We've been distributing and partners with these quote unquote skinny drops, body balancing drops for all of that time. So we've seen a lot. We've done a lot. We've been around a lot. And I will tell you that the timing that we have right now with everything that we're going to describe to you today has us the most excited we've ever been in our entire career. So you're at the right place at the right time to do some amazing things. Why? We're going to introduce you to a company called Partner Co., which is just recently relaunched this last year. New company, old soul, with tons of experience, decades of experience, top level management, number one on the charts in everything right now, and is growing from a $350 million company a year to $1 billion plus. But my guess is still in your neighborhood, probably no one's really heard about this. If you went to your next door neighbor, you ask them, have you heard about this Partner Co thing? Who here would probably be willing to bet that they probably don't, unless you've been super busy and you've talked to your whole neighborhood. I think most of us have not, you know. We're a global company in all different areas in the world. Who here would love an excuse to travel? By the way, we're going to talk about travel today. So that this company gives us that opportunity. And what makes this different is we provide top level quality products that actually make a difference in people's lives, things that people want. Many of them, but one in particular that we're leading with that you might have seen or heard about, that's taking the the world by storm are these things called the body balancing quote unquote skinny drops. They don't just make you skinny. While they can help with fat loss, they're a hormone balancer. They're a couple of drops you put in your tongue 3 times a day. It helps you to target the thyroid, support the metabolism, give you better energy. We've noticed that people can lose weight faster for sure, but it's doing more than that. It's getting your body healthy, and the byproduct is things like weight loss. Women, by the way, I know Angie's huge on this, is especially they're dealing with things like perimenopause, menopause. We've heard stories of hot flashes going away. We've heard stories of just like their mental fog going away, like a lot of different things. But actually, I wanted to bring up a story. Tish, Angie, feel free. Yeah, you want to add anything on that, on the drops itself?
Just that they work. They're amazing for so many reasons. Weight loss is just the side effect of it. And that's usually where a lot of people start. But the blessing is what all else it does.
Yes. And by the way, no joke, like, because you're on the screen, we have noticed when people balance their bodies, their hair grows better too.
Oh, man.
I don't know if that's what the secret is behind the hair, but just
my hair grows just fine, James. I just a bun all the time. But yeah, but it does help with that. It does. Skin, hair, nails, all of it. It just, when your body is balanced, it just is better. Everything is better.
Absolutely. And our first guest I want to bring up here, Angie, you know his story better than I did. He shared it with me first here today. But I wanted to bring up our good friend Vern to talk about what this is. Like, I saw this right before this. Angie, have you seen these photos?
Oh yeah, the world saw these photos. We were hustling his photos at that event, and that's how we got so many men. We're like, Vern, go show him the pictures. Go show him the pictures. I mean, look at that. It's worth 1,000 words. He looks amazing.
Wow, he gave birth, my friend. And that's a
Wow.
lot of things that are going on. So, Vern, we got to talk about this. First question is, so how long were those results in? I'll leave this up.
So the first picture was March 26th when I took that before picture.
Yeah.
And after picture was this afternoon.
Okay. Sweet. So this is like 7 weeks, something like that.
That is correct.
You've lost
7
how
weeks.
much weight now?
About 27 pounds.
27 pounds. Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what 27 pounds removed from your midsection looks like.
Man,
Yeah.
and you can't suck that in. Like that is like that's hard to suck in, man. That's a for real thing right there. And Vern, you have more to your story than that because this wasn't just about weight loss for you, but tell us your story about your health journey here.
So I back in 2018, I was diagnosed with an incurable autoimmune lung disease, and it was tough. I mean, talk about a hopeless situation. I mean, I fought for years to be positive. I mean, every day wake up, had to fight to be positive just so that I can have some sense of happiness in my life. Um, it was tough. It was days that were tough, but you know, after having 2 relapses and back in the hospital, glucose levels spiked all the way to 967. And, you know, it's after going through that a couple of times from the medication, from the treatment, it was time to do something about it. But I had no idea what to do or where to start. And Angela Ice, she came to me with this company with partner code, like, you got to check this out. I think this might help you. And wow, body balancing. So I went from a hopeless situation where I'm fighting to be positive just so I can be happy every day to having hope. And now I'm happy every day and it's fueling my positivity. And had she not shared that with me, who knows where I'd be right now. You know, this is something that you have to share with everybody. for me, it wasn't about the weight loss, but I'm glad to be gone of that weight. Now I feel like I can get back to um, about take 20 years off of my life, get my body back to where it was. So I'm excited about that. And, now that I have hope, I really believe that I don't have to worry about this disease affecting me in the way it has. And with the products that Partner Co has, all of their products, and I mean, as I move from the skinny drops or the body balancing drops, which is what they've been doing for me, and moving to the supplements and the noni and everything, my quality of life just improved like 1,000%. So I'm more than happy every day when I wake up. Even on the bad days, I'm still happy because I haven't felt like this in a decade.
Wow.
It's been a decade since I felt like this. So this this this
Can
worth applauding.
I gotta interject here because when I met Vern, this was the first time I've met him and Angela in person, right? But he just exudes vibrancy. And then he puts on the suit and he hangs it well and he's got his hat and he's looking dapper and, the confidence in him. And, he's got a great personality and a really nice, sexy voice. Whatever, you should be in broadcasting after you sell your drops. But just the energy coming off of him. This doesn't sound like the old you. You don't look like the old you. So for that, I'm just so grateful. You're such a light, such a light.
Thank
Seriously.
you.
So proud of you. Vern, my God.
Yeah, everyone here, I just must say the support, the love. I mean, I've been coming on the calls, and at first I was just watching, and I saw how you treated Angela and the love that she received that she got on here, and it was like, okay, I can trust some of these people. Okay, some of these people are my people. I like this, and now everyone, all of you have become my people, and I'm so thankful to have all the support and love. So
Family, man. Dude,
Best
yeah.
team ever.
100%. Congratulations, Vern. Thanks so much for sharing. So
Thank you.
inspired. I mean, we could end the call right there, but Angela Ice is an amazing story. Angie's an amazing story as well, too. That's what I hope you guys feel from this is like, this is more than just like a business, right? This is more than just an opportunity. It's a life, it's like a whole family in itself. So whether you like it or not, when we say welcome to the family, we really mean welcome to the family, right? But how do we do that? Because we have an amazing product to do business. You do need something to offer. And what amazing feeling, what better feeling than that? Who here would love it if you knew Vern and you were like Angela Ice and introduced something like that to your friend Vern and your friend came up to you with that testimonial? How do you go to sleep after that? It's like that's what life is for, is to be able to service and help other people. But what Partner Co allows us to do is with their amazing products, we only talked about one right there out of so many that we have. You partner with a company with a one-time lifetime $30 membership, which allows you to share this everywhere around the world. And it attaches you. We have an incredible system. And this is what's huge as well, too, because who here believes that these are products like Vern's story, that more people around the world need to look and feel that way? It's like people need this in their life. But the part that holds a lot of people back from making a big impact is they lack the systems and the tools to actually support it, because each of us can only do so much ourselves. So when you partner with the company, you get hooked up to our entire system. Not only do you get added, we figured out a simple way where you can actually share information where you don't feel like you have to bother people. Like, who here does not like spamming people? You don't feel like you're like selling them, right? So we have this thing called the machine, which is, I believe, the future of where any type of online marketing is going to go. And it's only something that we have. But imagine something that if you share information, you don't have to do as much of the annoying bugging follow-up thing. And you can do what Angela Ice is doing, being a good friend and talking to people, you can do what Angie's doing, which is getting in the field with people, helping transform lives. Like that's what we want to do more of. The more that the world's getting mechanical and technologically huge, the more important we need to be a real human being out there, right? So we have that. But not only do we have this machine, we also have a whole community online that you're always in connection, no matter where you are in the world. We're a global family. And without that, we would not have been able, Angie's business would not have been able to expand and be able to actually support these different places. I was chatting with her earlier yesterday. I'm like, man, life was way different before we had the internet, before we had these communities that we could actually build and develop. But the beauty of it is this, is when you have online systems, when you have good tools, when you have a good community, what it does is it amplifies your strengths and it amplifies what you love to be able to do. Who here, by the way, considers yourself a pretty busy person, right? Give me a wave or put me in the comments. Your mom, your grandma, you're working, you're hustling, you're taking care of your family. Like, man, every day is like, okay, can we just get 25 hours rather than 24 hours, right? So we need to constantly find things that can scale our time, buy back our time. And that's what these systems and things that we have in place already do for you. And you can just plug in, we have a system and you can go. But what's our focus? We have a goal that we train our team to do on how to help you put an extra $500 a month in your pocket. And then if you want, you can scale this by duplicating that process to get to 6 figures in 6 months. And your team just explodes. It's a simple strategy. We call it 10 and 2. So we just launched this, and it's been around 6 months on this. And we have the first ever teammate that has done 10 and 2 6 times in a row. Guys, get this. Angie has every month personally enrolled 10 new customers at least, 2 new brand partners at least. That's 60 customers, 12 partners. And she's been duplicating into her team like crazy. We're going to chat with Angela in a bit on how she went 10 and 2 as well too. But Angie, I just want to ask you, we're going to talk more with you on our training, so we're not going to go super in depth on this aspect. But when you reflect on your business and your life now versus just 6 months ago, think back like November of 2023. How would you say your life has changed? Your business has changed?
Well, that's a double-edged question, because what I want to say is to encourage everybody, nothing changes right overnight in 6 months. What has happened is all of the work that I've been putting in for the last 2 years is now starting to blossom and grow and move. And so I liken that to, is it the bamboo plant that doesn't come up for years because it's down and growing wide? When I first got here, I said, I want to be a bamboo plant. I want to grow wide and deep and stable to weather the storms that won't topple over and spill everything out. So in the last 6 months, I'm just seeing basically the fruits of my labor starting to really pay off. And, watching everybody else grow, and I'm growing, and it's a beautiful thing to see, and we're just beginning.
Well said. So humble, Angie, but it's so true, because in the last years prior, you've been through many storms, but you've lasted through them, but you've grown through them. And your business will never outgrow the person that you are. So growing you is huge. And I know, Angie, that's a huge, huge philosophy for you, for your team. You're launching personal development programs for your team. Like, that's super exciting. Like, it's important. We say that this business is a compensation plan wrapped around personal development, which is absolutely true. But one thing I know that's been huge, and I want you to cover this, is you have an obsession. You learn how to master a system and start to get some results yourself. And then you learned and put an obsession to helping your people that are willing, coachable, and hungry to do this too. And your team has just been exploding, one of which is Angela Ice. And I mean, she's just been a superstar, absolutely crushing. I'm going to bring her up here. She also hit 10 and 2, not even just that. Angie, how many customers and partners did you get? Or Angela, do you know, like in this last month?
Actually have 13 and 3.
13 and 3. Wow.
So brand preferred customers and 3 brand partners.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I want you guys to share this part of the story because you guys met online, but you then were able to connect offline as well too. And you just had an amazing event. So tell us about what happened, either Angie or Angela. Like, I'll let you guys run this.
So I joined the company in February, actually Valentine's Day. Hi, Shalia, happy Valentine's. But I joined on Valentine's Day. Shalia and I were talking, and I was sold the moment she started telling me some of the information. And Shalia was like, "Listen, I've been at it since November, but I have someone who can give you even more information." And I was like, "Let's make it happen." So the next day, that was Wednesday. Thursday, I was on the phone with Shalia and Ange, and just listening to her talk and what I already, Vern was someone I had in mind, but when I spoke with her, it just got even bigger. And by the end of that conversation, I said, "Can I get you on the phone with 2 people?" And Vern was one of the 2 people. And that was Friday. And just listening to her talk, I went and had 2 Zoom calls that Sunday and that Monday. And, the product speaks for itself. I can't think of anyone, unfortunately, we live in a world now where there's a whole bunch of, sorry, that's my cat.
Hi, Andy.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of just illnesses going around.
Yeah.
And, okay.
Pets always know when to butt in. I get it. My dog's just like that.
Hi, Andy.
And so we all know someone who has something.
Yeah.
And my 2 phone calls, my 2 Zooms were just that. And those of you who know my story, I lost my brother to complications of diabetes. So this is extremely close to my heart. And with Vern is like he's my guy, he's my close guy friend. And COVID, we didn't spend time together. We couldn't see each other. And so all of that just really connected for me. And so the product for me was easy to sell because it's not a sell. It really is. We talk about don't try to sell it, just share it. And it was an easy share. So fast forward to every year, there's an event that I go to in Orlando. And I just knew that this would be the perfect opportunity for me to put this out there. And, I reached out to my mentor and to Shalia. Not that Shalia is not my mentor, but she brought me into the group and said, "This is something that I want to do, and however you guys can support me would be great." And they rallied around me, they rahaed around me, and this weekend happened. And said, "I will come. I will come there to support you. I have one thing that I want you to do is just try to get a couple of more things to make it really valuable when she comes out." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." So I had 2 other events set up, and they both fell through.
Wow.
Days before. And organically, I reached out to people in Orlando that I knew. One of my friends said, "Yeah, if you want to just, she was just like, I have a house, you want to come, and show it." And I literally picked Angela from the airport, first time laying eyes on each other. We hugged like we'd known each other for a million years, jumped in the car. Her only request was that I feed her, and I didn't. And we went and we started, and it was a tag team for 2 days. That night was an interesting, great night. The next day I had other stuff lined up. It was a blessing that the 2 things that I had planned didn't happen. It really was, because what we ended up doing was, I call her the magician. That was much more magical with what we had going on. In between that, we were on our way to one event, and we got there, and we got out the car, and I had the flattest of the flattest tires. I had a flat tire. And I said, "I don't care. We'll get back to the tire later. Let's go." And we went in and we made connections, more connections, more connections. There's phone calls that are still happening now. While I went out to take care of the car, Ange met some more people on the inside. I mean, it was nonstop. Vern wanted to come, didn't think he could come for work. Vern drove down at 2:00 in the morning, the day of the event, 2 a.m. to come support. and it could not have happened. Could not have happened without him. You know, he showed his pictures, and Vern walked in and said, "I'll be right back. I'm going to go find your first brand partner." And indeed, he did. We were like a trifecta that you can't even put into words, because we just, one person would tag in with something and they would pull out, and someone else would tag in with something and pull out, and it was just, I mean, right there, the three amigos are what I call us. Vern said Vern and I just, and Miss Joanne, I got to raise my hand to her too, because she shared ideas. Everyone has, but she shared some ideas and stuff that she'd done, and she got on the phone with me and, you know, powwow to make that TV that you saw out there. We had a USB screen going on and showing the product, showing the video, showing the brand partnership, just showing everything. We the table flyer up there we created. Thank you, Pia. You're actually on my flyer. You know, it was really a team effort to make this whole thing happen. We could not have scripted a better day of what came out of that day. And I'm so excited, and I'm blessed to have found this organization. I'm blessed to have you guys in my life to support this here. It's just beyond amazing. My business card, on the front of my card, has the QR code for the machine. It's listed right there on the front of my card. The back of the card has another QR that says "Buy the Drops." And you know, Ange would start with one, Vern had another one. I'm coming in. When they say they want to buy, Ange would step back, I would step in. Like, it was a dance. It really was a dance. And it went until we took Ange to the airport. Wow. Literally. Because I had people meeting us in the hotel lobby for more drops. So everything
from England,
yes. So, you know, if you have to be teachable, you have to be coachable, you have to be open, you have to be willing. Everything that you guys have talked about doing, there was no time to ask questions. If you told me to do it, I did it. And my residual results are coming from February 14th till now. Because I had no results on February 14th when I started. I had people saying to me, "Why are you doing this?" You know, because we label it skinny drops. "Why are you doing this? You're so thin." There are very unhealthy thin people. My hot flashes, I tell you guys, 25 minutes after my first drop, my hot flashes went away. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. We all had stories. You know, Vern had the whole meal. I had my little version. We all had stories, and I can talk forever about what happened that weekend. It will live with me for a long time. I joked and said I'm going to have 4 notebooks, a recorder, and a camcorder to take. What Ange does, she couldn't teach it. She couldn't go out and actually teach it. You would have to really watch her to see it, because she's so organic with each and every person that she talks to. There were times when in my head, I was ready to just go into the cell, and Ange was like, "Hey, you know, whatever, smooth." And it was the perfect thing to possibly do. And I had to step back like, okay. And I'm not a nervous person. I don't have a problem talking to people, but I am still an infant in this business as far as getting that part of it going. Machine is perfect for that little cheat, but that sprinkle when you're in person, I call her the magician now. She's a master at it. She can't ever tell it to you. You really have to watch it in action. And I know most of the people on this call who's ever spent time in her presence knows what I'm talking about, but it was amazing.
If you haven't been to an event with Angie, like, put that on your to-do list and book her if you have that opportunity. It is fun to see. But what I hear from you, Angela, congratulations, first of all. Man, doesn't that just sound fun? Like, that just sounds like you brought us all on this journey and this adventure with you. And that's how life should be, right? That's how business should be. The saying is, if you're not having fun, you're doing it all wrong.
All wrong.
But I hear coachability.
But the flat tire.
But the flat tire is not fun. Yeah.
But there was a blessing in that too, because of the timing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because of the timing. And then he patched it for you. That was God too.
Man. Yep. On the road to, and I love what Angela's sharing, because this is the reality of success. It's not all rainbows and butterflies, but perspective's huge, and moving through it is still huge. And just like what you said, one closed door doesn't mean it's a no. It just means it's a it's redirecting you, right?
Right.
So, and then you just keep on moving
It is,
forward.
right.
So, Angie, from your perspective, like what's going on through your mind? What do you want to share with us in all this?
First of all, what I want to say is you're further along, little sister over there, than you realize. Yeah, I did say I would come and support. I wanted at least 3 events, you know, the big one, and if she could organically, whatever. Let me say, the pivot, there was power in this pivot. And what I do believe is when you ask for something, when you pray for something, it's not enough to sit back and wait for it to happen. You have to take action. You have to take action. And she did that. And we did that. And it was better the way it unfolded than the way that we had planned it, if that makes any sense. And the chemistry between the three of us, it was amazing. I'm closing somebody, she's talking to somebody, I pivot. They're ready to buy. They're ready to sign up. They're ready. We were a well-oiled machine, and it was fun. And it was only for 2 days. For 2 days. I got back and slept for 2 days. I was exhausted, but energized all at the same time for what's happening, because what we did was plant seeds. What's happened in my last 6 months is the seeds I planted a year ago, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. And the relationships, people couldn't believe that I had just met her for the first time. They thought we'd known each other for forever. But yeah, it wouldn't have happened without you, Angela. Vern, the technical stuff, God bless you. That is not my superpower. My superpower is talking. Poor baby Angela, her voice was gone. She was like, how do you talk so much? I'm like, I talk too much. I've always talked too much. I used to get in trouble. Now I get paid to talk too much. It's a beautiful thing. But we all have our little superpowers. And she was organized. She was, well coiffed, and and we were fantastic, the three of us.
That's a team dynamic. Congratulations, guys. So inspiring because, like you mentioned, this was amazing, but it's just the seeds that are being planted for the future. So, rock stars, let's give everyone a big round of applause. This is gigantic. And we're going to hear from them a lot more. Vern, your photo is about to go viral everywhere. Angie, I'll bring you back up to close this out in just a little bit as well, too. But this is just phenomenal. What I'm hearing from all of this is that, like what Angie said about Angela, finding ways to leverage online opportunities, but then being able to combine it with offline opportunities too. It amplifies each other. One works with another. And I believe we're in a day and age, both are important, right? You can't just have only one. You can't just only have one another. But if you find unique ways to pair them together, then you can win big and have a bunch of fun. By the way, Angie flew from Vegas to Orlando, Florida, which is not a short flight, but it's also tax write-off because she's doing this as a business. So really cool how that all works. So with that said, if you are not yet partnered with this company, this is definitely a good time to do that because we have a unique timing of things. The company itself is about to go through a hyper-growth phase. We're going from a $350 million a year company to the billions. There are things I shared with our next level mastermind. Angie, did you see that video that I shared with you, by the way, in our Telegram yet? I know you've been busy.
No.
Oh,
I haven't.
It's going to be cool.
Okay.
We're about to launch something that is like incredible.
I was too busy making flyers for people getting 10 and 2. I'm sorry.
I know it's a good problem to have. You are hustling right now, but I'd love for you because in September we have this big event called PXP, September 20th to 22nd. Anyone that wants to be a part of this company and wants to be someone big, the big leaders, the big stories have not yet been found, right? Like there's still so many. We don't know their names yet. Not saying that Angela and Angie and Vern are not amazing people, and every single one here is not amazing, but there's so many more. This is still a peewee size thing. Like what Angie said, it's still seeds being planted around the world. But give it another year, 3 years, 5 years, that is not the case at all. But Angie, I'd love for you to close this out on a final thought. In regards to timing of Partner Co., in regards to what's going on in just what you're seeing from the field, what you're seeing from the business, from the organization, with what we have. Like, why are you excited to run now? Why should somebody that's on the fence right now be like, this is the time to lean in?
It's, for me, it's a no-brainer. We're at the ground level, the ground floor, the beginning of something that is going to be bigger than all of us. It will outlive all of us. We will be able to will this to the next generation. You can't get that with your corporate job or anything else. The timing is perfect, and the company is a great company. Our comp plan is the best, so much so that it's patented. We have integrity, we are ethical, we are honest, we are rich, and we are smart. Who wouldn't want to be married to that? So jump in. $29.95 with tax. You waste that money on a bad meal somewhere. This is for life, one time, for life, for life. And yeah, jump in. Don't hesitate. What are you waiting for? You've made plenty bad decisions. This will not be one of them.
100%. And just follow what your coaches say, like an Angie. You do that, you follow the systems, you'll be the next superstars. You'll be the next Angela Ice. You'll be the next Vern Cameron. You'll be the next so many different people. So Angie, so proud of you. So
Thank
proud of
you.
your leadership. It's an honor to be partnered with you. It's inspiring. I learn a lot just by gleaning from what's going on. And can't wait to hear more from you. You're going to be on our star training. So it's going to be great.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Everyone, hey, get back with the person that connected you with this, and be sure to tell them you're on board. Like, this is the time to jump in right now. Do exactly what Angela did. Be willing, coachable, hungry, just move. And you're going to be the next spotlights that we're going to be talking about. All right, everyone. Hey, other than that, thank you for your time. Feel free to unmute yourself. Have